This particular landlord contacted me back in October of last year. They were being hounded by a no-win, no-fee solicitor in regards to apparently not protecting the deposit. Now, the solicitor was looking for 2 breaches. That was the alleged issue, and they were claiming that the landlord owed them £7,800 for the breach, including the solicitor's costs. Now, this was the first letter that the landlord had received and the first letter the solicitor's firm had sent out. Interestingly, the letter was littered with grammatical errors, spelling mistakes, and also errors in law. The first thing I wanted to do was have a look at the tenancy agreement and clarified really quickly that despite the solicitor's letter, there wasn't actually 2 breaches because a statutory periodic tenancy never had arose. So fast forward to today. So that's nearly 8 months on, and we have had a victory. We haven't had to go to court, although the solicitor's firm was threatening that. Absolutely, they were adamant they were going to go. Yesterday, we actually had an admission from them in writing that they had only just reviewed the file 8 months later, and found that actually, yes, there was no statutory periodic, sorry, our error, but you still owe all of our costs, which was well into a couple of grand. So we've gone back and said absolutely not. First of all, we were also supporting the tenant to a degree because we said to this solicitor, you've misrepresented your client, your client, the tenant. You've told them adamantly they're going to get 3 times the value of the deposit, and they're not. At the end of the day, very rarely do courts award 3 times the value of the deposit. You've got to be pretty bad for a judge to want to do that. I have seen cases, but there's also been other elements underlying it as well. So in this particular case, my client was so worked up by the situation. She took the bull by the horns at the very 11th hour, had a conversation with the solicitors. Now, this is always really good to do if you can. Get them on the phone, because sometimes they're really good keyboard warriors when it comes to answering your queries either over letter or email. When it comes to face, sometimes they're not so brave. Anyway, my client managed to negotiate, bully these solicitors, whatever you want to call it, because they've been bullies themselves, and she managed to get the claim down to £700 from £7,800. Now that basically is what we offered in the first place, which was, yes, there was a breach, but only one. We offered 1 time the value of the deposit, £500, and £200 towards their costs, and they backed down. If you've got a deposit claim, come and speak to me. I can make it go away.